Wait,
ng container.
I'll go back to Mark Taguba. Mark Taguba, magkano kinikita mo per container?
Meron po akong 10,000 sa tracking, meron po akong 10,000 pa uling patong, tapos container deposit. Sabihin natin mga 30,000.
30,000. That's included in the 170,000 per container?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Included na. So kung you have 30,000 per container and there are 100 containers na pinapapasok mo every week, magkano kinikita mo? Mark,
Malaki rin po.
that's how much ba? I'm very poor in math eh. Ha? 3 million? 3 million a week?
Yes, Your Honor.
Shucks. Oh, sorry. A week yan, ha?
Your Honor, hindi lagi dahil po, yung mga Chinese po, hindi naman po talaga sila kaagad nagbabayad.
O sige, if you compare yourself to the other mga yung nagpapapasok ng containers, small time ka ba, big time, or medium?
Wala, small time lang po.
Small
ako.
time ka lang. So may ibang mas nagpapapasok pa ng mas malaking number of containers kaysa sa'yo?
Opo.
Every week?
Meron po, marami po.
Exaggerating things, Mr. Guban. Baka
No, Your Honor, that is based on experience.
pinapasakay mo yung committing to.
No, Your Honor, that is based on experience. I'm telling now, Your Honor, because I want to change now the Bureau of Customs. Help the people now because of drugs and smuggling of rice.
Kaya, legal man o illegal, may tara. Tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yeah. Kasi gusto ng customs na lahat may tara. Maski lahat ng mga kagamitan, mga agricultural products, tumataas ang presyo dahil dyan sa tara system na yan. Kasi ipapasa lahat dun sa hanggang sa consumer eh.
Would you agree with me, malaki ang pera na nawawala sa gobyerno?
Yes, Your Honor, I agree.
Yes. Mr. Chair, as a final word, I know I have said this before, but I think the revelations that we continue to hear from the resource persons warrants really the revisit of the charter of the Bureau of Customs. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Congresswoman Luistro.
Question for Mark Taguba. Bakit enrolled ka na sa Davao, naharang pa yung container na fina-facilitate mo for release?
Ayun po, Your Honor. Sabi ko rin po minsan, ano lang din nila yan para magbigay ka sa kanila, additional na payment. Pag nag-alert naman sila, hindi marami. Unti-unti lang. Pero syempre, kahit isang container lang ang ma-alert dyan, malaking halaga po yun yung laman ng container. So, kaaregluhin mo talaga siya. So, sa aking side, patingin ko po, para siyang additional income. Parang siguro, may sila ngayong araw, kailangan nila ng pera. So, mga haras sila ng tao. Pupunta ka sa nila, mag-aareglo ka.
Mark, I am talking about the container which had this metal cylinder with illegal drugs. Was it a coincidence na siya yung na-check? Or is there other reason behind kung bakit sa kabila ng enrollment mo sa Davao Group, naharang itong shipment na to?
Hindi po siya naharang eh. Sabi ko nga po, green lane po siya.
Green lane.
Opo. So, dire-diretso po siya. Wala po siyang x-ray, wala po siyang physical examination. At talagang wala kaming alam na kung may to. Sa katunayan nga, ang tagal nga na-release eh. May 15 pa dumating yung container, sinabi ko na yun noon. At May 24 pa siya na-deliver.
So, how was the shabu contained in the metal cylinder discovered?
Ayun po, nagkaroon ng raid sa May 26 sa Valenzuela. At yun, binuksan nila yung cylinder doon. Doon nila nalaman na may shabu yung cylinder.
The discovery happened after the release,
Yes po.
when the same is already in the warehouse.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Kanina sabi mo, wala sa packing list yung metal cylinder. Tama ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Anong naging basis ng implication mo dito sa metal cylinder when the same is not written among the items in the packing list?
Ayun po, ang tanging ebidensya lang po nila is yung logbook ng Hongfei na di umano, nung nagdiskarga dun sa container na yun, merong 5 cylinder na diniskarga doon sa container na yun.
And who prepared that logbook?
Yung Hongfei din po.
Would you know who is that employee or representative of Hongfei? Kasi pwede ko namang basta isulat lang yan eh.
Yun nga po.
Na may kasama siyang metal cylinder, when in fact, wala.
Yun po. Yun po, kasama po yun sa aming depensa na bakit yun ang pinagbasehan nila, yung pwede mong isulat na lang kahit sino. Samantalang sa amin, meron kami mga dokumento na in-examine yan sa China. At hindi naman po yan ninakaw eh. Dumaan yan sa Bureau of Customs eh.
So, was the person who unloaded the cargo from the container while in the warehouse already, was he presented in the court?
Yung nag-unload po, hindi po. Hindi po
So,
siya.
it was only the...
Yung prepare lang po nung yung unhigh packing list na sinasabi nila. Na, yun
Wait, sabi mo kanina the packing list which goes with the bill of lading does
Hindi
not
po yun.
include...
Hindi po siya kasama doon. Kaya nga nagulat kami. Bakit may iba pang packing list?
In other words, dalawa yung packing list ngayon.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Packing list that goes with the bill of lading nung dumating yung shipment.
Yung packing list na pinresent niya doon sa court, kailanman hindi ko pa nakita yun. At hindi rin yun dumaan sa Bureau of Customs. Kaya ikino-contest namin yun eh. Saan ang galing yung packing list na yun?
Were you not able to keep your own copy of this customs documents, importation documents, para sana na-prove mo that the packing list that they are offering to the court is different from the real and actual packing list?
Yun nga po, Your Honor, hindi kami pinakinggan dyan.
But were you able to keep for yourself
Opo,
copy of the importation documents?
Opo, pinresent po namin yan.
Yun bang documents mo, do they bear the stamp of the BOC that they were processed already?
Yes po, Your Honor. Mismong BOC.
Tapos yung packing list nila, mayroon ding tatak ng BOC.
Wala po. Ano nga lang po siya eh, gawa-gawa lang eh. So, yun nga, kahit sino pwedeng gawin yun. So, bakit yun yung sinuportahan ng korte, no?
Mr. Chair, we are talking about here about two packing lists. One with the stamp of the Bureau of Customs and the other without the stamp of the Bureau of Customs. I just want to manifest how come if the one with the stamp was likewise presented in court, present nyo ba?
Yes po. After po yung pinresent namin, tsaka lahat po ng dokumento na dumaan po sa BOC.
I just want to state for the record, Mr. Chair, why between these two documents, the one with the stamp of the BOC and the one without the stamp, the one which was appreciated in hearing the case, is this one which does not bear the stamp of the BOC? That is a manifestation, Mr. Chair. And kanina po, sabi ni Mr. Guban, thank you, Mr. Taguba, since time immemorial, aba, nakaka-alarma po yan. Napakarami po ng estudyante ng Customs Administration. And even myself, I was able to teach a lot of Bachelor of Science in Customs Administration students. It is quite alarming na ang dadat na nilang sistema sa BOC has been installed since time immemorial. Talo pa, Mr. Chair, ang principle of law since time immemorial. So, in this light, Mr. Chair, I wish to share to the committee, I hope this is one of the actual forms which are being used as bill of lading. Secretariat, please. Mr. Guban, based on your experience as an employer official of BOC for a long period of time, please walk us through. Paano po ba ginagamit itong form na ito? And I wish to give emphasis also to his statement earlier. Dapat dun sa loading pa lang, kilala na natin kung sino yung shipper. And if the shipper, I do not understand why he should be different from the owner of the shipment or the exporter. If they are two different persons, I wish that the names of both should be reflected. That is for us to be able to determine the parties accountable for the contents of the container. Not only that, Mr. Chair, pagdating dito sa Pilipinas, kung ang consignee is different from the owner, the identity of both must be disclosed as well. And we have to emphasize also that this bill of lading, if I am not mistaken, is under oath. Bawal magsinungaling. I remember, Mr. Chair, during our hearing in the Dangerous Drugs Committee about the illegal drugs which was apprehended at Empire 999 in Mexico, Pampanga. Ito pong form na ito ay napakaraming iniwan na blanco. Reason kung bakit hindi natin matrace kung sino ang party accountable. So, I wish to bring this as well to the attention of the BOC. Aanin po ba natin yung mga cells na yan? Yung mga blankong yan, kung hindi po natin uobligahin ang mga parties concerned to fill in the necessary and accurate information. Bakit po kailangan nating mag-process, tumanggap ng bill of lading na bungi-bungi? So that in case of illegal kargamento or contraband, hindi maintindihan kung sinong hahabulin. And the worst scenario is, the people in between, naghanap buhay lang, natuwa dun sa kita nila, like the consignee for hire, like the custom broker, both are totally unaware of the contents of the container, sila ang nakukulong. So, Mr. Chair, may we request Jimmy Guban, ano po ba dapat sinusulat dito sa bill of lading na ito? Please walk us through as to the actual practice at the BOC. Pasensya na po sa taga-BOC, parang mas marami pong alam si Jimmy Guban kaysa sa ating mga resource persons from BOC.
Your Honor,
Mr.
dapat po
Chair.
yung, thank you po, Your Honor. Dapat po yung bill of lading, advance po na dumadating yan sa port, sa Bureau of Customs, lalo na po sa Office of the Commissioner, then sa Office ng District Collector, din pababa po. So doon po malalalaman na natin kung ano ang mga kargamento base doon sa sinulat nila. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Guban, let's start with the parties. Sino po yung mga parties concerned whose names must appear in the bill of lading?
Your Honor, mas maganda po kung umpisahan ko siguro sa consignee. Kasi pag bill of
Consignee.
lading, from galing lang yun abroad eh. So yung consignee, yung accreditation ng customs, pasensya na kapanyero. Ang consignee kasi wala isang warehouse. Yun yung importer natin dito sa Pilipinas. So yung consignee, inaaprobahan nung na-assign pa ako noon.
Mr. Guban, are you trying to say that the consignee and the importer is one and the same person?
Meron yan, ma'am, na isa lang. Merong iba. Kaya nga po may shipper, may bill of lading. Galing po yun doon sa shipper. So pagdating dito sa Pilipinas po, kung bill of lading na, may kasama na po yun na advance foreign manifest from the shipping line. So yung port of loading, nakalagay na po yun doon sa lahat. Ibig sabihin, from the port of loading, nakadeklara po yun doon sa packing list kung ano yung laman po ng container. So yung container po doon from the port of loading, iba-iba po nun ang may-ari. Kaya po mayroong tinatawag kaming consolidator abroad. Sa isang de 20 or de 40, there are instances na mayroon pong 3 o 5 ang may-ari.
Okay, let me interrupt. how do we determine who are the owners of the different packages contained in one container facilitated by one consolidator?
Your Honor, to tell you frankly, wala na po. Isa na lang ang may-ari nun, yung shipper na lang.
Shipper na lang.
Opo, yung nagpadala dito. Yung tunay na may-ari nun, sila na nag-uusap from the port of origin hanggang dito sa Pilipinas.
In other words, the real owners of this shipment talks to the shipper.
To the shipper, Your Honor.
They pay the shipper also
That's correct, Your Honor.
for allowing their shipment to be contained in the container.
Opo, Your Honor.
And we have no document to show kung sino ang may-ari, actual owner ng mga shipment na ito, except for the shipper.
Except for the shipper, Your Honor, then even the company, if that is authentic or original na galing doon sa port of loading. Dito sa atin, ang dokumento marami sa recto eh. So, yun po, Your Honor, dapat chine-check para yung bill of lading masabi natin di na tama. So, para pagdating doon sa, ibinangga nyo po yun sa consignee, yung importer na. Pagdating po dito, yung consignee kasi, yun yung lumalabas na importer, sila ngayon ang magdideklara, yung license broker. So sila ang magdideklara kung ano po yung mga in-import nila base doon sa shipper papunta ng Pilipinas. So kung ano po ang binigay na pinadala dito sa bill of lading, packing list, yun din ang ilalodge na entry nung consignee dito po sa Pilipinas, sa customs. Ang problema po natin, kaya hindi na po natin ma-check dahil yung consignee, minsan ang daming budiga na pinagdadalhan nila iba-iba. Hindi na po natin na-monitor pagbaba ng kargamento kung tama yung dineklara nila from the port of origin. Ang sabi nila sa port of origin, 5. Tsinelas, shoes, t-shirts, kung ano pa. Pagdating po dito sa Pilipinas, hindi na nakikita ng mga consignee, yung nagtatrabaho na katulad kay Mark. Kasi dinadala na po yan nila sa kanilang budiga. So ang customs po, nawawala na yung monitoring kung ano na po ang laman ng container. So that is how the law enforcement in the Bureau of Customs work.
Is it correct to say, Mr. Guban, na ang ginagawa ng consignee at importer dito sa Pilipinas, they simply rely on the packing list that was prepared by the shipper?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you are the shipper, will you include among the packing list those which are illegal?
No, Your Honor.
Definitely not.
Not, Your Honor.
In other words, dapat may actual inspection,
From the port of origin, Your Honor. That's correct.
both from the port of origin and at the port of unloading.
Yes, Your Honor. Apo.
Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please continue, Mr. Guban.
So, pagdating po dito ng consignee, iba-ibang may-ari, yung container minsan sa kalsada lang po yan. Pag walang warehouse na designated yung consignee, minsan sa kalsada lang binababaan na nila yung kargamento. Hiwa-hiwalay. Ilalagay na sa mga close van. Pag may illegal, close van ka agad yan, takbo na sa kanila para pambinta. So, we cannot, Your Honor, prevent the cargos, legal man or illegal, kung paano talaga natin maitatama, pati sa duties and taxes. Pati na rin po sa BIR, pagdating sa BIR. Dahil pagdating sa deklarasyon na nila, iba na. So,
Because there is really no actual inspection.
Your Honor, hindi naman po, kahit na wala na pong actual inspection sa x-ray makikita, kundi pagdating po dun sa labas. Kasi pagdating na po sa labas na wala na sa customs area, customs zone, nasa kanila na po for delivery na, where the customs importation will finish. So doon na po yung sa kanila na. Yung mga nandoon pala ay mamahaling laptop, mamahaling mga taxable goods. Hindi na po namin yun nakikita, hindi na po nakikita ng customs yun, kasi nandoon na yun, sarado na ang budiga nila. So lalo na po pag ito nandoon sa mga industrial estate. So rami po ang palusot na nangyayari from the port of origin, port of loading, hanggang doon po sa delivery po dito sa atin sa Pilipinas.
Attorney, I have few questions. Based on the testimony of Mr. Taguba, flat rate 170,000 per container, regardless of the contents of the container, because there is no actual inspection anymore that is happening. Would you agree with me, malaki ang pera na nawawala sa gobyerno?
Yes, Your Honor, I agree.
Yes. Since you assumed your office as Chief of Prosecution Division of BOC, ilan na po ba ang na-file niyong kaso ng smuggling?
Your Honor, based on our data, there are 508 cases from 2018 to 2024, Your Honor,
Where do you file those cases?
before the Department of Justice, Your Honor.
DOJ.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ilan naman po ang nakaabot sa court?
Your Honor, I can provide the data, but filed in court, 55 for filing in court, 40.
Come again, attorney.
Your Honor, for those filed in court, 55.
55?
55. For filing in court is 40. 40.
40 for those filed in court.
No, Your Honor, 55 for those
55.
filed in court.
Ano yung 40?
40 for filing, Your Honor. It's
For filing
for
pa
filing,
lang.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, ganito ha, attorney, sabi mo, there are 508 cases you were able to file with the DOJ. 55 of those are already in court and 40 of those are still for filing with the court. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you think, attorney, this statistics is commensurate doon sa sinasabi ni Mr. Guban since time immemorial?
Well, Your Honor, based on the numbers alone, it's low, Your Honor. But however, there are several
Or
factors.
let me rephrase my question. It's quite unfair for you. Yung 5 years mo na nasa BOC ka, chief ka ng prosecution division, he's saying widespread, lahat, since time immemorial, bago pa yata tayo naging abogado, yan ang sistema sa BOC. Do you think that these numbers are commensurate to the way that they are describing the TARA system, which even encouraged smuggling activities in BOC? Is it commensurate?
Well, Your Honor, based on numbers alone, Your Honor, it may not be commensurate.
It is not commensurate.
But Your Honor,
What do you think is lacking in your system? Attorney, I hope you realize napakabigat ng burden na nakaatang sa'yo.
yes, Your Honor, I do realize that, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, there are several factors, Your Honor.
All right, please enlighten us.
Your Honor, one is there's a 2024 rules on preliminary investigations and inquest proceedings, Your Honor, which changed the the quantum of evidence, Your Honor.
Why? Is it not probable cause pa rin ang
Your
pinag-uusapan
Honor.
natin?
No, Your Honor.
What?
Prima facie evidence, Your
Prima
Honor.
facie evidence.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then?
And then another factor, Your Honor, availability of original or certified documents, Your Honor. So if we don't have the original or certified copies, Your Honor, the DOJ might not have a resolution recommending the filing of an information against this importers.
You mean to say you are losing these cases at the level of the Department of Justice?
Some, Your Honor, some are in the court level, Your Honor.
Ito bang 508 minus 40 minus 55, buhay pa ba to? Still pending with the DOJ or dismissed already?
Your Honor, these are, some of them are dismissed, Your Honor.
How many have been dismissed already out of 508?
Based on my data, Your Honor, 10, Your Honor. 10 dismissed in court, Your Honor.
Dismissed in
dismissal.
court.
Court dismissal.
Dismissed by DOJ. How
No,
many?
Your Honor. Dismissed by DOJ, 16, Your Honor.
16.
Your Honor.
So, ang talo mo lang is 26.
Your Honor, there's also for automatic review, Your Honor.
May pag-asa ka pa sa 472.
Yes,
Tama ba?
Some of them are for automatic review, Your Honor.
For automatic review by the DOJ as
Yes,
well.
Your Honor.
How many are you in your office? Are you addressed also as prosecutor?
Your Honor, it is the Department of Justice state prosecutors who are the
Yeah, but your office says prosecution division. How do we have to address you?
Your Honor, we are also government prosecutors, Your Honor. We are the one who
Government
prosecute
prosecutors.
seizure cases.
But you
Your
are under BOC,
Honor.
right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Baka dapat ang prosecutor galing DOJ. What do you think?
Your Honor, with due respect, Your Honor, the BOC lawyers are trained with the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act, Your Honor, and other related laws, rules, and regulations, Your
Yes,
Honor.
but based on your own admission, this statistics is low compared to the widespread TARA system that the two resource persons are describing.
Well, Your Honor, we are also in close coordination with the Department of Justice in order to improve our system, Your Honor.
Let me go back to my question. How many are you in your office? How many government prosecutors are you in your office?
Your Honor, 15, around 15, Your Honor.
Around 15. Do you closely coordinate with the BOC police?
Yes, Your Honor. They provide us with data, Your Honor. Whenever they have a seizure, Your Honor, we are.
How many are those people at the BOC police, the law enforcement?
I have known.
You have no idea. Okay. Mr. Chair, I wish to request for a summary of the 508 cases. Just a summary. And then a verification of whether this 508 consignees belong to Green Lane, Yellow Lane, or Red Lane. Thank you, Attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. We will provide the requested data, Your Honor.
Mr. Taguba, one last. Si Kenneth Dong, is he associated to Davao Group?
Wala po akong personal knowledge. Parang nakikita ko lang may picture sila eh. Hindi ko po alam.
Do you believe that what happened at the warehouse, the raid that happened at the warehouse, where this metal cylinder was discovered containing shabu, do you believe that this is just part of the regular operation of the law enforcement, and it is just a coincidence that you are one among those enrolled with Davao Group? Nagkataon lang ba ito?
Sa akin po, kasi wala naman po akong personal knowledge. Sabi ko nagkataon lang.
Nagkataon lang.
Dahil wala naman po akong alam eh. Bukod dyan sa, wala po akong alam sa mga ganyang bagay.
Mr. Chair, as a final word, I know I have said this before, but I think the revelations that we continue to hear from the resource persons warrants really the revisit of the charter of the Bureau of Customs. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Luistro. The manifestation is well taken, and in fact, one of the recommendations that this committee will make is the review of the BOC charter after we have completed the investigation on this particular issue. Now, for a short interjection, Congressman Keith Flores, and then we will move to another topic. EJK na po tayo pagkatapos ito. Congressman Flores, you have the floor. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Attorney Buko, how long have you been chief prosecutor of the BOC?
Just this year, Your Honor.
Just this year. But you have been with the prosecution division for 5 years. Now, you testified earlier that there have been 500 cases that have been brought to your attention that you're investigating. Investigating to, ano? not yet prosecuting.
Your Honor, some of them are already filed in court. Your
Yeah,
Honor.
you gave the numbers na 55 are filed in court, 40 are for filing out of the 508. Itong 508 na to, is it in a from a 5-year period that you were with the BOC? Or just this year?
Your Honor, this is from 2018 to 2024.
Also
Your
from
Honor.
2018
Yes,
pa.
sir. 2018
So
to
that's a
2024.
6-year period?
Yes.
Tama ba? Now, in a 6-year period, itong 508 cases na to, is it 508 consignees or 508 containers?
Your Honor, this is based on the case number, Your Honor.
Case number.
Yes, sir.
So it could be with the same consignee several times.
Yes, sir.
It could be more than one container per consignee.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama, okay. Now, in your 5 years also, how many have you convicted in court? How many convictions have you secured in court?
Your Honor, based on my data, it's 24, Your Honor.
24. From 2018.
2018, Your Honor. Yes.
From 2018, 24 ang na-convict.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yet, yeah, but you said earlier also na malit to ng case ang 508, di ba?
Your Honor.
Malit
pardon?
lang to number of cases na you're investigating into 508 sa
Yes, sir.
tingin mo.
Yes, Your
Eh,
Honor.
admittedly, mas marami pa dyan yung nakakapasok na hindi natin nahuhuli.
Probably,
Because for
Your
various reasons,
Yes,
no?
probably.
Like kakulangan sa manpower, other systems that you need to correct, etc., etc. So, from your in your opinion, Attorney Buko, magkano ang nawawala sa Bureau of Customs in terms of collection on a yearly basis na hindi natin nakukolekta properly in terms of amount?
Your Honor, we can provide the data.
Can you give me one? No? Can you give me, wala ba kayong ano? Wala ba kayong like, let's say, yearly review na ito yung nawawala
Yes.
sa atin from ano? Okay, can you give me like last year na lang?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't have the data.
How about
now.
this year?
I don't have the data. Your
Is it in the billions of pesos? Ang sa report nyo, ballpark figure lang? Millions lang or billions?
Honor. Cannot say.
Yep.
Your Honor.
Every year you have a review eh. Di ba? Na-mention yan. Ito yung nawawala sa atin from ano. Hindi mo man lang malaman kung billions or millions? Yan lang man? Idea? O
Probably millions, Your Honor.
millions lang, hindi naman billions.
Probably,
Ha?
Your Honor.
Probably. But hindi mo maalala. Can you give us these figures na lang?
Yes, we can provide. I can ask, Your Honor.
Okay. Can we get it as soon as possible? Ha? Okay, see. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Flores.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Akop.
pwedeng magtanong, Mr.
Yes,
Chair?
you have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pidea. Pidea is still here.
Pidea, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for year 2024, meron po ba kayong nadidiscover pa na local illegal drug manufacturer?
From the year...
No, this year.
We have some projects, but so far, sir, we do not... have not found any laboratory, so to speak, the clandestine lab.
Wala.
Yes, sir.
Yun pong smuggling of illegal drugs through shall we say, through our coastline. Meron po ba?
Based on the reports, yes, sir.
Meron, and how many would that be? Yung mga na-smuggle na illegal drugs through our wide coastlines?
I do not have, sir, the total, but there were many incidents where we discovered smuggled methamphetamine, to be specific, sir.
Substantial ba yung amount of illegal drug?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, are you trying to tell this committee na dalawa lang ang pinalulusutan o pagpapalusutan ng mga illegal drugs through customs at saka dun sa mga ating coastline? Would you agree with that?
We have ship side also, sir, other than the
I know.
customs.
Would you agree with that? Yung akin na yun na lang ang daan kung bakit nakakapasok ang mga illegal drugs? Kasi dapat alam po nyo ito eh.
Yeah, sir, I believe so, sir. There are incidents, I think the bulk are coming from the ship side, meaning it did not pass through the customs, but definitely a substantial amount also came from cross through our formal port, sir.
Yeah. So, alam po natin kung saan dumadaan yung illegal drugs. Tama. Shipside unloading o kaya sa coastal lines natin at saka yung formal entry sa customs. Tama.
Yes, sir.
Now, may I know, ano po yung strategy na inisip po ninyo o ginagawa in order to arrest this?
So far, sir, we have the Seaport Interdiction Unit, which is a conglomeration of the different law enforcement unit, the same as with the Airport Interdiction Unit. And these are bodies, sir, from the different law enforcement units, sir.
In the number of entry of illegal drugs through the coastal areas at saka shipside, ilan po ang na-interdict ninyo?
Very recently, sir, we have interdicted, I think, some twice, 34 this September, 34 kilos, 34 kilos, and just 5 days, another 18 kilos from intercepted already at Sorsogon. But the report says that there should be more.
Customs, how are you helping the government arrest the entry of illegal drugs? Kasi dadalawa na lang yung source ng pagpasok eh. Pero marami pa rin nahuhuli.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, actually the interceptions of the Bureau of Customs mostly come now from the airports, Clark Airport and the Subic, the Clark Airport and the Manila International Manila International Airport. So for those airports, we had
Major, yung airport parcels lang yan di ba?
yes, Your Honor, but
yung mga bulk nanggagaling po dun sa ports. Tama?
yeah, some passed through the ports before, Your Honor, but up to this date now, after the cases of the magnetic lifter and the one that was mixed with a certain powder, I forgot the name, that were the last big volume shipments of drugs which were intercepted at the port, Your Honor.
Pidea, yung last report na alam namin dito sa Quadcom was the seizure of 115 kilograms of illegal drugs in 2 places in Cavite. Di ba tama? Dapat alam mo yun, Iho, dahil coordinated sa'yo yung operations eh.
I'll find out, sir.
Ang nag-operate doon, PIDEG, ng Philippine National Police.
According to our report, sir, it's 110 kilos.
110 o 115?
110 kilos.
Dalawang lugar yun eh. According to the intelligence report, ang report doon is 500 kilograms yung pinasok.
Yes, sir, I remember.
Yes.
There's 110 and not 5, it's 4.
Di ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Ano? Kahit na may edad na ako, natatandaan ko pa yung naririnig ko dito sa committee na ito. Ano po? Di ba? So, in other words, malaki pa rin yung pumapasok. That gives me the reason why I'm asking for your strategy. Kasi, bakit ang lalaki pa rin yung pumapasok? According to that report, 500 kilograms yung kwan eh. According to intelligence report, yung iba, yung sobra sa 115 na yun na kilograms ay sinavings. Alam mo rin yun siguro dahil intelligence report yun eh. Would you agree?
I heard about it, sir.
Yes. Kung narinig ko na wala na ako sa law enforcement, kayo ang nasa law enforcement, alam ko yung report na yun, di mas alam nyo dapat kaysa sa akin. Di po ba?
I agree, sir.
Yes. So, let's go to the formal entry. Major Cascolan, do you agree na merong TARA system sa customs?
Yes, Your Honor.
The director,
Attorney Dibuco.
yes. Attorney Buko,
Yes.
do you agree also that in customs merong TARA system?
Your Honor, I have no personal knowledge.
I'm not asking whether you have personal knowledge or not. My question is very direct. Do you agree with me that there is such a thing as TARA system in customs? Yung customs police inamin na nga eh. Kayo, ano po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jimmy Guban, you've been with customs. Tama po.
Yes, Your Honor.
Meron talagang TARA system, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. Mr. Taguba,
Yes po, Your Honor.
meron
Meron.
TARA system. Tama?
Yes po.
Kasi naniniwala ako na wala na ang TARA system kung wala na yung 3 o'clock habit ng Bureau of Customs every Friday. Di ba, Major Cascolan?
Can you come again, sir? I was just writing. I could not. I wasn't able to catch
Ako, maniniwala na wala ng TARA system sa customs kung mawala na yung 3 o'clock habit ng customs every Friday at 3 p.m.
Sir, actually, sir, the TARA system can happen anytime.
Can happen anytime. Hindi.
Yes, Your Honor.
They divide the loot at 3 p.m. every Friday. Would you agree with that, Mr. Guban?
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a very A1 information.
Mr. Taguba,
Yes po, Your Honor.
lahat ng kausap mo na customs, pagdating ng bago alas 3, umaalis. At pumupunta uli sila sa opisina nila. Di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yes. Ayun naman, no? Kaya, may TARA system talaga, attorney. Pero, I'm telling you frankly, I've never been to the office of the customs. Malapit na ako mawala rito sa mundo, hindi pa ako nakapasok doon sa opisina ninyo. I have never had any transaction with customs. Pero ito, yung mga information na serbisyo pa ako, up to now, these informations are coming to me. Totoo. Hindi po ba? Sinabi kanina, anong last meeting na si Dan Fernandez, nasa X-ray. Kaya nakakalusot, no? Nandun sa color coding system ninyo. It's yellow, red, at saka green. Tama po? O sagutin niyo ako. Kayo nakakaalam nito. Tama? Yellow, red, at saka green. May super green pa
Sir,
pala.
actually, sir, just to explain, sir, the color system of the Bureau of Customs. In the computerized system of the Bureau of Customs, we have therein what they say as the enforcement screen, where the parameters for selecting green, red, and yellow, orange shipments are.
Tanong ko is, meron green, red, and yellow lanes. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Kasi nandun ang sikreto.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kung nakinig po kayo sa sagot ni Mr. Taguba kanina doon sa mga katanungan, pag yellow-red, ang dadaanan mas marami. Pag green lane, mas kokonti yung dadaanan. Di ba, Mr. Taguba? Yun ang sagot mo kanina.
Yes po,
Kahit
Your Honor.
palis-alis ako, nakikinig ako doon sa kabila kasi nandun yung TV.
Yes po.
Yun ang sagot mo kanina eh.
Opo.
Di ba? Na kung minsan yung green lane, 3 lang ang dadaanan. Hindi na dadaanan yung entry processing unit at saka assessment division.
Tama po.
Tama. Pero kung yellow at saka red, dadaanan yun.
Yes po.
Yes, nandun ang kuwan sekreto. Dahil kung gustong palusutin ng mga taga-customs, idadaan sa green lane o kaya super green lane. Tama, Mr. Chair? Yes. Ayun naman, oo. Kaya, legal man o illegal, may tara. Tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yeah. Kasi gusto ng customs na lahat may tara.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Now, that brings us to the issue, maski lahat ng mga kagamitan, mga agricultural products, tumataas ang presyo dahil dyan sa tara system na yan. Kasi ipapasa lahat dun sa hanggang sa consumer eh. Di ba? Minention kanina ni Mr. Guban, yung rice. Kaya nga mataas ang presyo ng rice dahil pinapasa lahat. Kung saan dadaanan yon from Vietnam, halimbawa, pagdating dito sa customs, may illegal fees, may legal fees. Tara yun eh, yung illegal. Tapos, ipapasa naman ng mga importer doon sa wholesaler. Yung wholesaler, ipapasa sa retailer. Down the line. Kaya, kung hindi maalis yung sistema na yan, ay yung presyo pa rin nandyan. Now, would you agree with that, Mr. Guban and Mr. Taguba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Major Cascolan, would you agree with that also?
I agree, Your Honor.
You agree. Attorney, you agree with that? Yes, kasi logical yung aking sinasabi, di ba, Attorney? Tama.
Your Honor, Your Honor, I cannot. No personal knowledge.
Alin?
I have no personal knowledge.
You have been with customs for how many years? Huh?
5, Your Honor.
I've never been with customs and I know this. Attorney, you want me to cite you in contempt?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, do you answer me properly? Do you know that?
Your Honor, I've heard of that, Your Honor, but personally, Your Honor, I'm with,
So personally, you do not know, but you have heard of it.
yes, Your Honor.
Now, if you two, Major Cascolan and Attorney Boko, have heard of it, what are you doing about it?
Your Honor, if somebody will complain, Your Honor, there is an investigation that is being
So if
conducted.
there's no complainant, you wouldn't move. You wouldn't do anything. Is that what you're trying to tell this committee?
Not necessarily, Your Honor.
I beg your pardon?
Not necessarily, Your Honor.
Not necessarily. So dapat may gagawin kayo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi
yes, Your Honor.
organisasyon yun na yan
Yes,
eh.
Your Honor.
Di ba? And yet you cannot tell me that you cannot or you're doing something about it.
Your Honor, we are doing something about it.
Like what?
Your Honor, we are constantly reviewing our policies, Your Honor, our systems, Your Honor, to
Attorney,
minimize that.
sabi ko nga eh, malapit na ako mawala dito sa mundo. Hanggang ngayon, yung pa rin ang report na natatanggap ko. Even when I was still in the service. Diba? It's still the same. The same. Si Mr. Taguba nga 6 years na nawala sa customs. So he does not know what changes happen. Pero sa tingin ko, sa nakikita niya at naririnig ngayon, walang pagbabago. Di ba, Mr. Taguba? Yes. Wala. Yun lang po ang aking katanungan, Mr. Chair, kasi
Mr. Chair.
it's related also to what we are investigating dun sa Quintacom.
Quintacom. Yes,
Thank you,
that's correct.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Acop. So we will now move to
Mr.
another
Chair.
topic.
One last.
Okay, the Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr. Taguba, if I am not mistaken, I came across your affidavit, that portion. You enumerated the offices under BOC involved in this TARA system? Can you please name all these offices? I believe there are around 10 or 11.
Wala po kasi sa akin ngayon eh. At hanggang ngayon hinihingi ko pa rin yung yung mga annexes nung affidavit na yon para makita ko yung mga text messages. Pero ayun po, isa doon, ComSend po, nandoon.
What is that?
Command Center.
ComSend.
Command Center.
COMCEN, yes.
Command Center. Mr. Chair, I understand that there is a narrative type of affidavit of Mark Taguba. I saw it there. I hope the Secretariat can provide us. So at least Mr. Taguba can be guided by his own affidavit and state before this committee which offices under BOC are this. Secretariat, please.
Comsec, can you provide Mr. Taguba a copy of his affidavit? Nandiyan dyan yata. Yung narrative, yung latest na narrative affidavit.
The narrative affidavit
here
is
a copy.
different from the
Yeah,
judicial affidavit.
I have here a copy. Ayun. Yan yata.
Iba po ito.
Can you... Do you have a copy, Congresswoman Luistro, so we can provide...
I used to have, but I don't know where it is right now.
Anyway, earlier, the same question was asked of Mark Taguba, and he replied by saying that he has not, he doesn't have a copy of his affidavit, therefore, he will not be able to name the recipients of the so-called TARA system. Tama, di ba? Yan ang sinabi mo kanina.
Yes po, Your Honor.
But as soon as he gets a copy of his affidavit, maybe he can list down the recipients of the so-called TARA.
I yield, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Is it the narrative type?
Yan na ba yun?
Hindi po, ito po yung letter po na pinadala ko sa inyo.
That's a different, that's a,
This one is a judicial affidavit. I remember he has a narrative type of
nakita ko rin yun
affidavit.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman
perhaps
Abante.
we could just be able to continue it and invite Mr. Paeldon because I think that the presence of Mr. Paeldon is vital in the testimony of Mark Taguba. If we can.
Yes, we will. We will invite the former commissioner of the Bureau of Customs, Commissioner Paeldon. And may I know if Congresswoman Luistro is done with her...
I am yielding, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
thank you. Thank you. So since we have covered a lot of issues today on the topic of dangerous drugs, we will now shift to another topic, to EJK na tayo ngayon, no? EJK. Flores. Yes, Congressman
Very
Luistro
quick.
before Congressman Flores.
Very quick with the indulgence of the Honorable Flores. This is for the Bureau of Customs. Sabi po kanina ni Mark Taguba, consignee for hire. Ito po ba, for the understanding of the Filipino people, legal, allowed, consignee for hire? Can we hear from Customs?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, good afternoon. That is not allowed by the Bureau of Customs, Your Honor.
Precisely. But it has been the wide practice in the Bureau of Customs. And may we know from the BOC, ito po ba ay alam nyo for a fact na talagang ang mga consignee ay for hire? Kasi if we will not allow this to happen, then we know outright na kung sino ang consignee, siya rin ang owner.
Your Honor, there is an accreditation process which is being conducted by the Bureau of Customs, wherein the importers who would like to be accredited will submit the requirements of the Bureau of Customs, and then the Bureau of Customs will conduct the necessary investigation. And based on that, it will either grant or deny the accreditation of an importer.
That brings me to the next question. Sir, how do you distinguish consignee, importer, owner?
Your Honor, there is a regulation defining that, Your Honor. I'll just have to check the exact definition, Your Honor.
I do not understand, Mr. Chair. It seems that all the containers are named after the name of the consignee. Since they are for hire, it seems to me, to us, ang mga dumadating na container, nakapangalan sa consignee. So how do you know who is the owner?
Your Honor, the importers or the consignee will submit several documents, Your Honor.
Regarding what?
Regarding that particular shipment, Your Honor, bill of lading, inward foreign manifest, etc., Your Honor. So there, Your Honor, we will examine the consignee or the consignee name therein, Your Honor. So
How would you identify who the owner really is?
Your Honor, it is presumed that the name in the shipping documents is presumed to be the owner, Your Honor.
Are you referring to the consignee? That the consignee is the owner as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
The reason why I'm asking this question is because there are cases which are being filed against the consignee, and sometimes they are unaware really about the contents of the container. And here is the owner not being included at all in the charge. Tama po ba yung premise ko?
Well, Your Honor, to be candid, that is possible, Your Honor. But in the regular scheme of things, Your Honor, that should not be the case.
You said regular scheme of things. Paano po ba yung legal scheme of things? Dapat po ba pag legal scheme of things, ang consignee ay ang owner? Or at the very least, dapat po ba disclose yung totoong owner? Notwithstanding the fact that there's a consignee who is the authorized party to receive the shipment.
Well, Your Honor, I cannot definitely...
Mr. Chair, the reason why I'm asking this question, suppose there's a contraband, shipment of illegal drugs. Etong si consignee for hire, she is not very much concerned really about the contents of the container. Kasi ang concern lang niya kumita, maghanap buhay. I am a consignee for hire. Binabayaran lang ang pangalan ko, being the recipient of the shipment. Pagkatapos it was discovered later, shabu pala ang laman. The question, Mr. Chair, paano mo hahabulin yung owner? If you do not have the identity, the name of the owner of the shipment, why rely on the consignee? Why not require instead the owner to facilitate the document, assisted by the consignee?
Your Honor, those issues are being addressed by this current management of the Bureau of Customs, Your Honor.
And I suppose that this should have been addressed long time ago.
Yes, Your Honor.
If we will be adopting the narration of facts of Mark Taguba, it's like we're going against the wrong persons. Mr. Chair, I will be yielding to the rightful interpellator.
Thank you, Congresswoman Jinky. I was thinking that you just wanted to manifest something. But sundan ko lang, isang very short question lang kay... there are reports that some consignees being used by importers are fictitious consignees. nagbibigay ng peking pangalan, peking registration, at yun naman ay ina-accredit daw ng Bureau of Customs. Is that correct?
Your Honor, that should not be the case, Your Honor.
But
because there is a process of verification, Your Honor.
But
before-
would you agree with me that siguro hindi ngayon, but in the past, ginagamit yung ganitong strategy?
It is possible, Your Honor.
So you have records to show that indeed there were fake consignees or owners of companies that was used as consignee sa isang mga importation.
I don't have the records right now, Your Honor, but that is possible.
Okay, sige. Salamat po. Yan. Now, I will now yield the floor to Congressman Keith Flores. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Mark Taguba, when did you start, kailan ka nag-start na magpapasok ng mga containers? Anong year?
Mga 2017 po yata.
2017. Pero yung pag-start mo sa 2017, hindi ka pa enrolled doon sa Davao Group na sinasabi mo?
Hindi po.
Hindi pa. Noong 2017, when you first started, ilang containers ang napapapasok mo? In a week?
Hindi pa po ganun karami.
Give me a number.
Siguro mga 15, 14, ganyan.
So 15 or 14. And the same process to, no? Pag inaayos mo, green lane siya.
Hindi po.
Ano yan?
Hindi po lahat green lane, no? May
Okay.
dumadaan ng yellow lane, may dumadaan ng red lane. Ayun nga po. At nung December nga rin po noon, taon na yon, nagka-problema nga po, nagka-red lane po ako, halos lahat ng container. Kaya po naghanap po ako ng tutulong sa akin.
So, sinabi mong nagka-problema ka, feeling mo inipit ka kasi hindi ka enrolled dun sa TARA system na sinasabi mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so inipit yung containers mo, kaya all of your containers na pinapasok mo naging red lane, meaning strict ang pag-inspection sa mga containers mo.
Yes po, Your Honor.
So strict even if nagbayad ka na?
Opo, harangin po nila yan, nagbayad ka na.
Kahit bayad ka na?
Oo. Marami silang pwedeng gawin. Pwede nilang pa x-ray, pwede na naman nilang pa 100% inspection. Marami silang pwedeng gawin na pwede pang haharas.
So ipitin yung containers na pinapasok mo?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay, now, ang payment mo sa per container is 170 na mention mo kanina.
Opo.
Was that before being enrolled in the TARA system or after being enrolled in the TARA system?
After na po yun.
After. So, paano yung before? Magkano ang binabayad mo?
Depende po yun. Nire-refer ko po yun dun sa broker namin.
Average amount?
Iba-iba po pero mataas po siya. Hindi
Mataas?
ako nagkakamali. Mga nasa 280, 300, mga ganun po.
So, mas mahal yung payment mo nung before ka na-enroll sa TARA system?
Yes, Your Honor.
And wala pang assurance na pwede pang maipit yung containers mo, even if nagbayad ka na?
Opo.
Opo. Now, sige, let's go to the point na na-enrolled ka na sa TARA system. Sabi mo may parang central command, tama ba yun?
Opo.
Na sila yung kausap mo?
Opo, yung Davao Group po yun.
Davao Group.
Yung command center po, yun po, ang nag-establish po niyan sila, Commissioner File doon po nung time niya.
Commissioner File doon?
Yes po.
Ang nag-establish ng command center?
Command center.
So, magkahiwalay na entity itong Davao Group and command center? Sabi mo?
Kasi yung Davao Group po, hindi naman po sila nagtatrabaho sa Bureau of Customs.
Okay. So, Davao Group is just an organization but not employees of the Bureau of Customs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Meaning, wala silang kinalaman sa pag-inspection, pagpirma, order the release, etc. Wala.
Wala po.
Okay. But, kailangan kang dumaan sa kanila, sinasabi mo.
Yun nga po, sinabi ni Jojo ba, nirefer nila ako sa kanila, nung nakamit ko sila, si Tita Nani, sabi niya, kailangan kang mag-enroll sa amin. Parang ang aking intindi po doon, lahat po, kailangan dumaan sa kanila Lahat magbigay ng TARA. Kung hindi ka magbibigay sa kanila, i-hold nila yung container mo. Kasi may command center
Ito yung enrollment na sinasabi mo.
Opo.
Yung 5 million ba ang sinabi mo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ang 5 million na to is in relation also to the testimony mentioned, offered by Councilor Small Abellera. Tama ba yun?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yun ang pagtahi mo doon, di ba? Na you met with Councilor Small Abellera para ibigay yung 5 million.
Opo.
Supposedly para kanino yung 5 million?
Yun, Sabi nila sa akin, pumunta ka ng Davao, ibigay mo kay Pulong Duterte. So may text po ako noon. Pero nung pagdating ko po doon, hindi ko naman po nakamit yung
So
tao.
never mo ring na-meet si Pulong Duterte? To be fair with the
Never po.
congressman?
Never.
Never.
Opo.
Okay, si Small Abellera nakausap mo.
Yan po, opo.
Kanino mo binigay yung 5 million pesos?
Sa kanya po.
Kay Small Abellera.
Yes po.
Siya lang mag-isa? At that time?
Opo, ako, si Jack, tsaka si Small.
Okay, sino yung Jack?
Siya po yung isa kasama rin sa Davao Group. So dahil wala naman akong kakilala sa Davao, first time ko pumunta doon at wala rin akong dahilan para pumunta doon. So siya yung sumundo sa akin sa airport. At dinala niya ako doon sa restaurant.
Kung saan kayo nagkita ni Small Abellera?
Small, opo.
At doon mo binigay yung 5 million?
Doon ko po binigay.
Okay, now enrolled ka na. Ano nangyari sa shipments mo after enrolled ka na?
Ayun po, naayos naman siya.
Maayos na ang pagpasok?
Opo.
Okay. Now, sino ang lumalapit din sa'yo para ipapasok yung shipment nila? Kahit sino lang?
Yes po.
Kahit sino na shipper?
Kung sinong gustong mag-inquire, opo.
So, hindi ko makuha to eh. You paid 5 million to enroll, yet ang payment mo for containers actually went down. Bumaba. Nagmura siya eh. Di ba? It's cheaper than the previous amounts na binibigay mo. Tama ko ba?
Kasi po, yung duties and taxes nun, mas mataas po talaga.
Doon sa first, before enrollment
Opo.
sa TARA
Opo,
system.
talagang mas mataas po talaga siya. Kasi itong sa 170,000 na to, hindi mo talaga siya magagawa ng legal eh. Kasi 40,000 lahat nung... So, footwear, tableware, katulad po nitong nangyaring to, footwear, tableware, kitchenware, wala pong tax na 40,000 buong container.
Kung isang container yan.
Oo.
It should be more.
Kung idadaan mo yan ng legal,
Answer me. It should be more.
it should be more.
Dapat mas mahal ang taxes na babayaran nila.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, question. Kung may lalapit sa'yo na sabihin natin gustong pumasok ng 20 containers, you don't ask kung anong laman yan, di ba?
Magbibigay sila sa akin ng packing list.
Ang packing list may declaration ko ng laman.
Yes po.
But for you, you take their word na kung ano nakasabi doon sa packing list na yun, yun ang parang you will believe in. Yun ang that's what you will believe in.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay, so wala kang pakialam kung drugs ba yan, baril ba yan, mga illegal na mga gamit or something. Basta you just rely on the declaration of the shipper kung ano nakalagay doon sa dokumento.
Pag kung drugs po yun, hindi ako papayag. Syempre.
Of course, di ba? But kung hindi mo na pinapakialaman, you don't
Opo.
find out kung ano pa ang laman.
Kung ano lang yung sinabi nila, yun lang yung paniniwalaan ko.
Kung ano nasa papel na sinabi nila na used clothing or something like that, yun na yung paniwalaan mo.
Yes po, Your Honor.
And you don't go beyond the document that's given to you. Meaning, hindi ka na nag-iimbestiga. Sino ba to? Bakit siya mag-ship ng 10 containers? Sino ba to? At bakit ganito ang laman ng container niya?
Hindi na.
Wala na. Basta nagbayad sa'yo, basta inayos mo, okay na sa'yo.
Yes po, Your Honor.
And once you started with the TARA system, smoother yung pagpasok ng containers mo. Tama ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Walang sudden inspections, walang red lane bigla, wala.
Wala po, Your Honor.
Puro green lane to.
Green lane.
And fixed amount, 170 per container.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Puno man yan or hindi puno, 170 ang bayaran.
Yes po, Your Honor.
And sa testimony mo, these are all siguro kulang yung binayad just for the taxes alone.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Kulang.
Kulang.
Now, how do you make the payments to these members ng kung sino man to binibigay yung payment na 170?
Yung sa TARA po, tinetext po ako ni Tita Nani. So, depende po. Minsan pupunta siya sa opisina, tapat ng opisina namin. Minsan papupuntahin niya ako doon sa isang lugar.
So, cash to?
Opo, cash po.
Always cash. Handed over to this Tita Nani.
Yes po, Your Honor.
And you've met this Tita Nani in person.
Yes po, Your
So, kilala mo, ma-identify mo yung person na to.
Yes po.
Okay, so, is it on a daily basis, a weekly basis, or anong basis ng pagbigay ng pera?
Weekly basis po ito.
Weekly.
Opo.
So, i-total mo yung number of containers na pinapasok mo and you give the equivalent amount based on the 170,000 per container na agreement.
Yes po, Your Honor.
And that's, anong araw yan binibigay?
Tuwing Friday po ito.
Fridays. So, cash, no? Sabi mo.
Cash po.
Okay, now, to the Bureau of Customs. Sir, have you heard of these things going on prior to your assumption ba, or of your current position?
Your Honor, prior to my assumption, I've not
Heard.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, but ngayon, you've heard of it.
From the
Stories.
Yes, Your
Oh,
Honor.
but never na may nahuli kayo, may pinosecute kayo, or anything like that.
I am not aware, Your Honor. I'll
You
have
are
to
not
check.
aware?
Yes, sir.
Di ba? Sa dami ng pinapasok nila, wala kayong na-prosecute man lang na, that's 100 containers a week.
I have to check our records, Your
You
Honor.
have to check. Okay. Mr. Guban, na-mention mo rin tong TARA system before.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
So, anong alam mo about the TARA system? Tama ba yung sinabi ni Mark Taguba?
Your Honor, traditionally, even up to now, that is the common transaction in the Bureau.
The common. Regardless of kung sino yung commissioner.
Regardless, Your Honor.
Really?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, anong year mo pa noon nalaman na may ganitong
Since time
kalakaran?
immemorial, Your
Since
Honor.
time immemorial.
When I was there at 2017, muntik na ako, 2 beses akong itinapon because of that. Because I am against na yun ay magpatong-patong, bigas-bigas. I was then in Batangas.
So, Mark Taguba is just one of the many who facilitates the
Yes, Your
pagpasok
Honor.
ng mga container vans.
Yes, Your Honor.
One of the many.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mga ilan sa tingin mo yung many na pinagsasabi
Your
mo?
Honor, if there are about 10,000 per week containers, so how many brokers? The same of Mr. Taguba.
So, are you telling me that 10,000 containers are enrolled in the TARA system? Di naman
Not
siguro.
exactly, Your Honor, because there are Super Green Lane, the multinational, na they are not really
Yung
giving-
legit na
Yes, the
dinideclare
legit.
lahat na
Last
gusto
day.
magbayad ng tamang buwis.
Yes, Your Honor. But
Okay.
because of so many Chinese businessmen in the Philippines, they are all transacting business the same.
The same way as Mark Taguba does.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ilan yan sa tingin mo?
That is thousands, Your Honor.
Thousands of brokers?
Yes, Your Honor.
And weekly yan? Pasok ng container vans?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you exaggerating things, Mr. Guban? Baka
No,
naman,
Your Honor, that is based on experience.
pinapasakay mo yung committing to.
No, Your Honor, that is based on experience. I'm telling now, Your Honor, because I want to change now the Bureau of Customs. Help the people now because of drugs and smuggling of rice.
Di ba ano yan na you're saying this after you're convicted na?
No, Your Honor,
Di ba
even then,
sinabi mo before pa or something like
even
that?
then, Your Honor, hindi pa ako pumapatong.
Okay. Wait,
Ng container.
I'll go back to Mark Taguba. Mark Taguba, magkano kinikita mo per container?
Meron po akong 10,000 sa tracking, meron po akong 10,000 pa uling patong, tapos container deposit. Sabihin natin mga 30,000.
30,000. That's included in the 170,000 per container?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Included na.
Congressman Flores, if I may.
Go ahead, sir.
Gusto ko lang kasi para makumpleto yung
Go ahead, sir.
picture.
Go ahead, Chair.
Mark, gaya nung tanong ni Congressman Flores, so roughly kumikita ka ng 20,000 per container.
Yes po, Your Honor.
So, halimbawa, sa isang linggo may 100 container ka, meron kang more or less 2 milyon sa isang linggo.
Hindi naman po sila palaging nagbabayad agad. So, yung iba utang. So, pero more or less mga malaking halaga rin po.
So, ibig sabihin, pag container, kasi may 20-footer na container, may 40-footer na container. So, regardless of the size, basta yun ang tara.
Opo.
So, alam mo ba kung kanino napupunta yung magkano 170 per container?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Pwede mo bang ikwento sa amin ni Congressman Kit kung kanino napupunta yung 170 na yun? Kung alam mo lang, no? Kung ano yung breakdown ng 170 na yun?
Sabi ko nga po, mahirap naman po magsalita ngayon dahil wala naman sa akin yung mga dokumento ko. Pero kung yan po, nasabi ko na to lahat noon Senate hearings, congressional hearings. Wala naman po nagbago, nandiyan pa rin naman po yun.
So hanggang ngayon?
Pwede niyong makuha yan kung ano, sa
sige.
Senate.
So nasabi mo na yan noon?
Nasabi ko na po noon.
Tama ba yun, Jimmy, na yung bayaran pala dyan o yung TARA system na sinasabi, per container?
Yes, Your Honor. Ngayon uso na GCash.
Okay, sige. Salamat. Congressman Kit, you may proceed. Continue, please.
So, kung you have 30,000 per container and there are 100 containers na pinapapasok mo every week, Magkano ang kinikita mo? Mark,
Malaki rin po.
that's how much ba? I'm very poor in math eh. Ha? 3 million? 3 million a week?
Yes, Your Honor.
Shucks. Oh, sorry. A week yan, ha?
Your Honor,
At,
hindi lagi dahil po, yung mga Chinese po, hindi naman po talaga sila kaagad nagbabayad.
O sige, if you compare yourself to the other mga yung nagpapapasok ng containers, small time ka ba, big time, or medium?
Wala, small time lang po
Small
ako.
time ka lang. So may ibang mas nagpapapasok pa ng mas malaking number of containers kaysa sa'yo?
Opo.
Every week?
Meron po, marami po.
With the indulgence, Mr. Chair of Congressman Kit Flores, gusto ko lang in relation to what you're saying, yung 170 na binabayaran mo, Mark, yun ay talagang walang resibo yon na anuman. Walang kinukuha sa yung resibo anuman. Hindi ka binibigyan ng resibo, whatever. O magkano niliresibuhan doon?
Sa Tara po ba ito? Sa
Tara meron.
Sa Tara po ba ang sinasabi ninyo?
Hindi, yung 170 binabayaran mo.
Meron po. Kaya nga po, sabi ko po noon pa ito sa Senate.
Okay, magkano yung niresibuhan doon?
Iba-iba po yan. Meron pong shipping line, meron pong customs duties.
Okay, magkano yung lagay doon sa 170?
Hindi ko na nga po kasi
160 ang lagay.
Hindi ko na nga po kasi pero lahat po yan.
Pero palagay ko, meron kang journal na tinatago sarili mo na nakalagay doon yung presyo ng binigay mo. Correct? Meron kang journal, meron kang sariling notebook. Ilista mo yan eh. Alam nga na maibigay mo yan na wala ka man lang record sa sarili mo.
Sure.
Ano, meron ka nun. Tama? Wala.
Wala.
Ba, anong klaseng businessman ka? Kung hindi mo nire-record yung yung binibigay mo.
Kung ilan po ba yung mga meron po.
Yung pala meron. I-submit mo dito yung record. Oh, di ba? Meron ka niyan. Businessman ka eh.
Alam ko po kasi, yung hinahanap niyo po, na meron na po yan nabigay na nga po sa Senate dati noon.
Bigay sa Senado pero wala sa amin. Ang inaano ko ganito, binanggit mo kanina kay Congressman Flores na 170 per container ang binibigay mo, correct?
Yes po, Your
Tinanong kita kung magkano niliresibuhan doon. Oh, hindi mo masabi kung magkano niliresibuhan doon. Hindi mo rin masabi kung magkano lagay na binibigay mo. Sapagkat yung lagay, walang resibo yun eh.
Yes po.
Kasi kung may resibo yun, may money trail yun.
Yes po.
Tama ba ako? Customs. Tama ako, di ba?
Mr. Chair, regarding the money trail, Your Honor, or...
Hindi. Tama ako na kung may lagay doon, walang resibo yun. Sapat kung mayroong resibo, may money trail na makikita sa inyo. Hindi naman pwedeng resibuhan yan na resibo ng gobyerno eh. Correct?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I have no personal knowledge of...
Hindi ko sinasabing may personal knowledge kang. Sinasabi ko lang kung yan nangyayari yan sa customs. Kung naman nagtatago ka pa na kung ano-ano eh. Ilan taong ka na sa customs?
Your Honor,
Ilan taong ka na sa customs?
about 5 years, Your Honor.
Wala kang alam?
Your Honor, about...
Yung una kong Your Honor. Bira, 5 years ka na dyan, may alam ka. Bira, ang inaano mo, meron kang journal na tinatago dyan. For example, like, okay, 170,000. Niresibuhan ang 100,000. Yung 70, walang resibo. Lagay yun. Di ba? Therefore, yung walang resibo ng 70,000, nire-record mo yan sa personal journal mo. Businessman ka eh.
Sige po, Your Honor, kumahanap ko po.
Mahanap mo yan. Kumahanap mo, mahanap mo yan. Maniniwala ako sa sinasabi mo kung bibigay mo sa amin dito yung personal na record ng mga lagay ng mga na binigay mo. Si Chair. Okay?
Yes po, Mr.
I-submit
Chair.
mo dito. Para maniwala kami sa'yo. O makikita namin ngayon yan. Kung yun sa drugs nga sa drugs. O, yung pinapanood ko, Congressman Flores, sa Netflix yung Narcos. Meron silang journal eh. Meron silang journal, record book na nilista o kanino binigay ito. Nakalagay doon eh. Kaya binigay. Meron kanin doon. Tama?
Yes po, Mr.
Yun
Chair.
pala eh. Meron ka pala eh. Submit mo sa amin para makita namin kung sino tumanggap. Nanguhula tayo dito. Sasabi mo, sino yung nakatanggap niyan? Manguhula tayo dito. Hindi mo masabi. Bigay mo sa amin yung listahan. May listahan ka eh. Nilaman po, Mr. Chair.
Okay, please proceed.
A few more
Congressman,
questions, Mr. Chair. Mr. Taguba, nung you were doing this business, isang consignee lang ba ang ginagamit mo? O
Hindi
iba-iba?
po. Iba-iba po.
Iba-iba. So ano naman ang share ng consignee doon?
May royalty fee po siya.
How much naman?
1,500
1.5 lang? Per container?
per container.
But hindi ba siya mga problema kung siya din ang may hawak sa container na may contraband at siya nahuli?
Yan po yung arrangement eh. Hindi ko po...
For a fee of 1,500, yan na risk ang iti-take niya?
Kasi po hindi naman din namin iniisip na yun nga po may droga o kung ano pa man doon sa container. Regular shipment lang po iniisip namin.
Okay, so sige, can you give me an estimate kung ilang consignees ang ginagamit mo for your business? 5, 6?
3 po.
3?
Opo.
Okay, now, customs. Hindi nyo ba wouldn't it be easier to track it na bakit itong 3 consignees na to, ang mga containers sila, ang binabayaran taxes is ganito lang. Mababa. And they're always shipping in containers on a weekly basis. Isn't like if you just graph it, parang hindi nakakaano yan na but si consignee A, B, and C, almost 30 per containers per week, yet the average amount of taxes that they pay per container is mababa lang, 40,000 lang or something like that. Hindi ba yan
Yes, Your Honor. We have record for that.
And anong ginagawa nyo? Ba't green lane pa rin yung mga consignees na yan or something? Hindi ba yan red flag dapat?
Yes, Your Honor, that should be
And my
a red
question
flag.
is, what are you doing about it?
Your Honor, I'm
You'll
sorry.
get back to me?
No, Your Honor. It's handled by a different...
Handled by whom?
Risk Management Office.
Risk
Your Honor.
Management Office. So they've been knowing about this and what have they done so far over the years?
Your Honor,
They can answer it, not you, right?
no, Your Honor.
Okay.
There's a parameter, Your Honor. So
Alright.
they adjust the parameter accordingly, Your Honor.
Kasi parang sa akin, it's impossible not to figure it out. Na itong si consignees na to, parang bakit ang mura ng taxes na binabayaran nila? Di ba? Ba't palaging may containers na pumapasok, yet always cheap lang yung taxes that they're paying? Sa akin, that's red flag already. Parang we should, I think, take a look at it. After 3 weeks siguro, tingnan nga natin to on the 4th week kung ano ba talaga yung mga laman ng container sila. Bakit 40,000 lang binabayaran per container? And that's in just 3 weeks. We've been here for years. Walang nangyayaring ganun. Ano bang nangyayari dyan sa customs, Attorney Buko?
As I've mentioned, Your Honor, there is a group who is in charge of that, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Flores.
Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
Congressman Abante.
Meron po tayo itong Customs Police? Meron ba?
I believe we did not invite a representative from the Customs Police.
I would like to make a motion that next hearing we had, that we should invite the Customs Police.
We do.
Yeah.
Yun, meron pala.
Ayun pala, meron pala.
Can you please come forward and identify yourself, sir? Dito na lang. Take a seat.
Have you taken your oath?
Camilo Cascolan.
Yes.
How are you
Pwede
related
po ba
to
ako
the
magtanong?
the late General Cascolan?
Younger brother.
Okay, sige. So, Congressman Benny
Just would like to ask the question, ano ang tungkulin nyo dito sa pinag-uusapan natin?
So the function of the ESS actually is to prevent
Prevent what? Prevent smuggling.
Smuggling.
Prevent corruption, correct?
Yeah, as a consequence, Your Honor,
Prevent
corruption.
yung lagay, correct?
Again, Your Honor,
Prevent yung lagay. Corruption yun eh.
yes, Your Honor.
Ilan taon ka na sa customs?
Sir, I'm 38 years in the service, Your Honor.
In customs?
Yes, sir.
38 in customs.
Yes,
So
sir.
alam mo lahat na nangyayari dyan.
Uh,
If you do not answer us right, I am going to file a resolution to investigate the Bureau of Customs. Right?
I will try my best to answer all your questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, go ahead.
Okay, sige. Thank you, Congressman Abante.